Just a few short days ago, Aaron Carter has come out as bisexual, leaving some fans surprised and others saying finally. But that's not the only big news that he's had, because he's also ended his relationship with girlfriend Madison Parker. His rapper made a statement about their split. Every step of the way, Aaron's been reaching out to thank his fans and supporters over social media. He even thanked them with a photo, and he's suddenly looking a lot better than he had been. Aaron and the Madison met through Instagram, which isn't usually the social media platform where you'd imagine that people would meet, and they hit it off. But now they've broken up. In a statement to Aaron Carter's rep shared confirmed that Aaron Carter and Madison Parker broke up. Aaron and the Madison love each other and respect one another dearly. That's always good for a breakup, though. Reps aren't usually going to say anything negative anyway. It was a mutual decision, and Aaron's personal statement released speaks for itself. Aaron's personal statement, of course, was his coming out as bisexual. His rep didn't feel a need to speak over their client. Now back to the music. It's easy to forget that Aaron Carter is still passionate about music, but he is. Aaron shared this shirtless selfie, and we have to say that he's looking way better here than he was in his mugshot. Obviously he played around with shading a little, but he still looks good here. He tweeted out the photo and captioned it. "Good night world. Your love and support means everything to me. Hands touching as a high five or prayer emoji. I adore all my fans. Never forget that." Aaron's been more than diligent about being grateful for the continued support of his fans. He's had a rough go of many things over the course of his life. He's had to deal with countless expectations from a very young age. Don't even get me started on his and Nick's parents, ugh. Even as disappointing as some of his irrational statements and troubling actions have been, we still think that he's come out of fame better than Bieber. Better as a person, anyway. Aaron's confession that he's bisexual wasn't that much of a surprise to people who've heard multiple rumors about him, or some past statements that he'd made that suggested as much. And, frankly, it wasn't a surprise to anyone with gaydar, which totally works for bi folks. I remember being shocked when Anderson Cooper came out because I hadn't known that he was closeted before that. Whoops. As important as LGBT representation is among celebrities and in fictional media, there's something called bisexual erasure, where people get branded as gay when they've made it explicitly clear that they're bi. Twitter was full of those folks after Aaron's big announcement. Just think of how many people refer to Kristen Stewart as a lesbian when she's had male lovers and even recently spoken about the possibility of dating men again. Some will doubtless speculate that Aaron's decision to come out as bi was behind his split from Madison, and that could technically be the case, but let's not go accusing her of being some raging biphobe. It may be that, when they decided to break up, Aaron figured that he might as well come out with it. Many fans have expressed hope that his mental and emotional well-being will improve now that he's no longer closeted. Aaron Carter's had a rough go of it. He's estimated to be a couple of $1 million in debt with very little money to his name. He also has a hernia which he says makes it difficult for him to put on any body weight. But he also recently confessed that he has an eating disorder, which is always tragic. Maybe, as we mentioned that his fans have been hoping, his coming out, no longer weighed under the burden of being closeted, will be a step in the right direction towards him having a better life. If he can address his eating disorder, which can be even harder to do for those who aren't rich, that could really help transform his life. Coping skills can do wonders, which could help him with his music and his efforts to turn things around. Maybe he'll even stop lashing out at fake support when someone who cares about him reaches out. We really do wish him the best.